G'day guys, the Comic Book Noob here to bring you my comic reviews from my pickups from March 25th, the final new comic book day for the foreseeable future. So not only that, I have reviewed a couple from last week's delayed order as well, that I only picked up on Monday. So stick around and I'll give you my thoughts on these books. Alright guys, we're back, and let me just say before we kick this video off, please remember, if you like the video, please give us a like, give us a comment too, let us know what you think about these issues, and also, if you're feeling really generous, go and check out my Instagram page there. So, alright, we will kick this off with Star Wars Bounty Hunters #2. Now the art was really good in this, just as the last issue was. And I keep forgetting the guy's name, Valance. Valance, I think I'm saying that properly. Now he starts off. He's in a like a cantina or a bar or whatever they call it, and one of his old bounty mates, I'm presuming he's dead, and they're trying to work out what's happened. He basically just he plugs in to the security cameras. He finds out who killed this guy, and there's no audio. He ends up like lip reading off a reflection, and basically just works out where he's got to go. And Bosk, the reptile-y ugly dude, he basically follows him to where they've got to go, this planet that they go to, and yeah, basically he shows up, you know, when they work out what's got to happen, or what's sort of where they've got to be at. And yeah, I think that's a pretty non-spoiler review of that issue. So that was good. Yeah, good book. I can't wait for, you know, stuff to get back to normal, and yeah, find out what happens in #3. But also, Scream, Curse of Carnage #5. Now this book redeemed itself. The last couple of issues I haven't really been digging, and I thought this issue was going to be the same. Like the art is awesome in it. Like it's this Thor bit with the symbiote dragon, I'm not really digging. Like the artwork, like I said, artwork is awesome, but just the whole Thor and this symbiote dragon, and it's, you know, not really digging that part of it. Also, the last couple of issues have all been like underwater, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I didn't really enjoy the last issue or two, but I held on to it, and glad I did, because now, you know, everything's back on the surface, and yeah, it's sort of going back to sort of how the first couple of issues felt. So I'm not sure how long of a run this is going to be. I'm thinking it's like a 7-issue thing. It might be more. It's either going to be 6 or 7. Now, I don't know. There might be more. I have no idea. I think I do remember reading somewhere, but I just can't remember how many issues it's going to be. So then, Wolverine #2, which I love that cover art. Now, didn't enjoy this one as much as the first issue, but I don't think I can say too much about this issue without like giving away a whole heap of spoilers. But yeah, Wolverine, I think he's like being like telepathically controlled, I think. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's the Krakoan leaf drug things that's got some effect on it. I don't really know, but Wolverine essentially has lost it, but I don't think it's his fault. So yeah, I enjoyed it, just not as much as the first issue, but yeah, I don't want to say too much about it without giving it away. I mean, yeah, it's I I just sort of want to, know what happens in the future issues for sure. Anyway, the other and only other X-Men book I am reading is Hellions #1. Now this is really cool. I thought I didn't think I was going to like it, but essentially everybody on the covers form this team, the Hellions, I guess. Except it's Mr. Sinister is like, yeah. So excuse me if you can hear my French bulldog. She's like just sounds like she's struggling to breathe at the moment. But yeah, all these characters sort of did something wrong, like either hurt a lot of people or almost killed people, with the exception of Psylocke and Mr. Sinister. So the Silent Council's trying to work out what to do with these guys. Mr. Sinister basically says, "How about you just give them to me, and we'll have our own little mutant team here." And Cyclops basically gets Psylocke to go, can you be the field general, and if anything goes wrong, you step in and, keep them in line, I guess. So, but yeah, and it finishes off with, and I have no idea who this is, but it finishes off with this chick here. So I don't know who that is. But I'm kind of excited to see what sort of goes on. It's just, that was a really good issue. I thought the art was awesome. So it's been a good week for Marvel Comics this week or last week. The last issue for this week's pull. Detective Comics 1021. Now, once again, sort of like Wolverine, the previous issue before it I enjoyed a lot more, but this is really just a straight, simple. Batman works out where he's got to go to, the courthouse, I think it is, and Harvey Dent is like, as he's jump in the Batmobile and off he goes to investigate the courthouse. Harvey Dent's standing there screaming at him, and he's got the Two-Face persona sort of like at bay at the moment, so Harvey's in control. Batman's, like, all right, jump in. He goes to the courthouse, he's got Harvey in handcuffs. He jumps out, leaves Harvey in the Batmobile. Eventually ends up turning into Two-Face and breaking out of the Batmobile as Batman's, off trying to find what he's, trying to investigate and find out, and basically just ends up finding that the Church of Two, I think it is, that that Harvey's trying to be this, not Harvey, but Two-Face is trying to be like this this cult mastermind type dude. But I mean, I enjoyed the Detective Comics 1020 better than 1021, but it's still, I mean, it's not a flat issue. It's just not a lot happened. So I did enjoy it. Like, the artwork's awesome. I don't think I've been put off by any of the DC artwork, to be honest. So anyway, that was it for the current week's books. And on to last week's books. That I've only read 3 out of the 6 I picked up. So I read Mary Jane, I read Spider-Woman #1, and Spawn 306. So Mary Jane, I thought this was only supposed to be like a 6-run series, but there's more. But I liked it. I really enjoyed this issue, which is also, it's good. Just like the Scream Curse of Carnage sort of fell a bit flat, and now it seems like it's picked itself back up again. But she's basically on a talk show. She witnesses this, I can't remember, this dude in those Japanese masks with the teeth and ears and things that murders somebody. She's the only person that sees it, which I find a bit weird. And Peter's like waiting for her at dinner, and he kind of gets stood up. But the police have put her into protective custody and relocated her to where was it? Where Montana. So she's they've like left her in Montana. So there's going to be more issues, I'm presuming, of Mary Jane. How many more? I don't know. But yeah, when comics kicks back off and goes back to normal, yeah, I'm pretty excited to that yeah, I'm going to keep Mary Jane on the pull list. So because I was sort of, yeah, if 6 was the final issue, then yeah, but now the 6 is like the end of that story arc, and it looks like it's going to be, potentially pretty good. So it stays on the list for now. So the next comic we've got and read was Spider-Woman #1. This was awesome. This was a really good comic. So Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. You don't actually see her face in the whole book. She's always wearing the costume. I'm not sure why. Even there's a bit where she goes shopping, and she is still in the Spider-Woman costume. So I'm not sure why she's always in the costume when she doesn't really need to be sometimes. But basically, she's hired by this rich family to be like a bodyguard because there's been threats of kidnapping of the daughter. So yeah, Jessica Drew, she like needs the money. She's like picked up this gig of being a bodyguard, and she's a real badass in it. Like these sailor guys like trying to attack to the boat to kidnap the daughter. Yeah, she like smashes them, and then this helicopter full of these French kidnappers comes down, and she's like full badass, and like she it's really, I really liked it. Jessica Drew Spider-Woman is a badass, so that's pretty good. And it finished. I was kind of a little disappointed, but not like I got to that page, and it's I thought that was the end of the issue. Like she's vomits up that plasma venomy stuff, and I'm like, oh, there's a fair few pages like still left. Is it going to be like a preview of another issue? Like, kind of sucks, but no, it's not. It's a prelogue type thing. So. And she's in her old costume there, but it basically just shows like the transition into an old costume, into a new costume, sort of a bit more on her, like a home life, briefly. And, she's, struggling for money. She needs work, and it shows why she accepted this contract of being a bodyguard to the rich people. So that was like Spider-Woman. Awesome. I'm glad I picked up 2 variants this week of that Spider-Woman cover. So, yeah, really cool book. Marvel, it's usually been a bit hit or miss for me in the enjoyment section sometimes. But, yeah, the last, like the 2 weeks worth of Marvel books that I've picked up, have been really good. So, the last book, and the first Spawn book I've ever read, Spawn 306. Now, this started off with like a battle that I don't know how it started, why it started, or what's going on. And I sort of felt that through the whole issue. Like the art is awesome. Do not get me wrong, the art's awesome. The story, I'm feeling a little confused because I don't quite know what's going on. But this Raptor dude, and what's this chick's name? I can't remember her name. Why can't I find it? Claudiaz. So this Raptor guy and Claudiaz are like in like, it seems like an alternate dimension or reality, and they're the last 2 people on Earth, and they've got this, or Raptor has this plan of sort of everything going back to normal. He looks like a really cool character, but yeah, like he's got memories of like Spawn and Al and Wanda, and I don't really know what's going on, and the stuff that I'd like to mention that happens towards the end of the issue, but if I do mention it, it's going to be a spoiler. But I'm definitely still going to keep Spawn on my pull lists when things go back to normal. and hopefully the more sort of issues I read, I'll understand more of what's going on. So yeah, there was a lot of good books in, well, this week and last week, even though I haven't read all of last week's. But yeah, overall, really good books. And it's a shame there's not going to be any new books coming out this week. So if your comic store is still open or they're online, and maybe you haven't picked up one of these books, yeah, maybe check them out, because one of these books out, because yeah, it was quite a good read all round with the books I picked up. So that's it for me, guys. Stay safe, and we will have another video coming out later on towards the end of this week. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next video.